versus the either ISOCELL or IMX260 in the S7 Edge. So we did do some macro shots first, and you can have a look at the results here between the two, and we're doing the widescreen mode as well. I have to say, you know, the OnePlus 2 did disappoint me a little bit in terms of the camera, but this seems to be a massive step up here in terms of the quality from what I'm seeing from these shots. You can see a lot of detail and a lot of like bokeh as well in the background, and also you'll see the HDR shot is also very bright and detailed, has good dynamic range. And is it as good as the S7 Edge? You know, I'd say about 90% of the time it is as good. As you can see here, the colors, etc., they're all very, you know, nice and pleasing on the eye. I think 99% of consumers would be happy with the results here. So that is what I was wanting to see. Now we can also move on to the lower light or indoors light, and this is where I think the S7 Edge may leverage slightly better performance because of the 1.7 aperture. But you know, pleasantly enough, you can see even in the indoors area, the OnePlus 3 is still very strong. It's in terms of lower lit like environments here, and very difficult to see a difference when it comes to, you know, indoor shots, which is where most shots will be taken, I'm guessing, from people who use, you know, phones really. So that is also another bow to its arrow. So you can see, you know, nice blur there in the background, and then eventually we move on to the night shooting, which this is where I think the S7 Edge will justify its massive price tag, and you'll see a bigger difference here. Generally I did see a little bit more blur when it came to the shots here in the very like nighttime environment compared to the S7 Edge, but as I said, you know, that was expected because of the you know, lower aperture. I hope that for the OnePlus 4 we do get like a lower aperture, and then it would help with the, you know, low light shooting, because optical image stabilization can only go so far really to help with this environment. But nevertheless, you know, they're still very good and usable, and you know, you can see here, you know, most people won't be complaining, I don't think, it's particularly given the price. The selfie shots are about comparable as well, maybe the S7 Edge a little bit brighter, but I think most people will struggle to see a difference there. We can also have a look at the video recording. We did see if we can see any differences here. So this is like 4K video recording you can do on the OnePlus 3, and it does have electronic and optical image stabilization. And generally, you know, it's very a massive step up from the OnePlus 2, which I found was a bit disappointing because the focus was jumping everywhere. And yeah, I think they've gotten rid of the laser autofocus, if I'm not mistaken, and gone with the traditional phase detection autofocus, and it really does lend to fantastic 4K, very nice zoom levels as well, with minimal loss of detail and very quick focusing still, as you can see. So I think the video recording is very pleasing here. We can just have a look at the S7 Edge as well, which is tried and tested, definitely one of the best video recorders on the market. And also with the S7 Edge you do get a lot of software features that you can improve, like the video recording, kind of like the LG handsets, which are a bit missing from the OnePlus 3. I will talk about that a little bit in a bit, but you can see the zoom is absolutely amazing on the S7 Edge, probably a little bit better than the OnePlus 3 if we're going to be nitpicking, but you know, as I said, it's very comparable here. Focusing is very good as well. So, you know, not a massive difference, definitely not to justify the price if you ask me. I'm very impressed with the video. So finally we can just have a look at the software differences here between the two of them. And as I said, the camera app on the OnePlus 3 is better than stock Android. It does give you a limited pro mode, but it's not quite as in-depth as what you get on the S7 Edge. Still, you know, it's still a bit lacking really. Like, you don't get the live broadcast feature as well, which is fantastic on the Samsung phones. You do get, obviously, you know, time lapse and panorama and things like that, which is quite good. But as you can see here, you know, it's a little bit barren in terms of the Pro mode compared to the S7s. So those of you who have, you know, photography experience will definitely enjoy, you know, the more options you can do there. Personally, I just tend to leave it on auto though most of the time, and it gives me good shots, so that is pretty good. And here you can see this is where you can stream to YouTube straight away. So overall though, you know, I've been you know, very impressed with the OnePlus 3. I think it's an absolutely fantastic camera phone here, and I think most people won't be disappointed. For the raw features, maybe the S7 Edge does pip it in terms of software as well as the low light capability, but you know, €400, I'm not complaining. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey guys, Toby here
Cheers.
from TechMeNow, and in this video I'll be showing you the camera's performance on the G5. And note that all pictures and videos were shot in auto mode, just to give you an idea of what the phone can do by itself. But do keep in mind that you can get even better looking pictures by tinkering around in manual mode. Alright, let's roll the pictures.